to be my first pregnancy video, and it even sounds weird for me to say that, like pregnancy video, what is life? Like, I cannot believe it, but I'm so excited to be doing this video. Pretty much I'm going to be letting you guys know exactly what's been going on with me from the day I found out up until today. So yeah, I'm 14 weeks and 5 days today, so I'm just gonna let you guys know everything that I've been going through, the good, the bad, the ugly, some of the stuff that I might talk about, maybe a little TMI for some people, but I just want to keep it all the way 100. I want to keep it all the way real with you guys because I want you to know what I've been going through. Because when I first found out I was pregnant, I started YouTubing for these type of videos, and they're really helpful. So I'm hoping that maybe by doing these type of videos that I can help somebody, or just for you who are curious and want to know and think it's fun to watch these type of videos, and they're for you too. So yeah, I am in baby's little nursery right now. We have started decorating a little bit, not too much. Like, once we know the gender and everything like that, we'll start painting and doing a little bit more. But I'm just so excited for all of this stuff. And these videos, they're not gonna have any type of, you know, outline to them. I don't know what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm pretty much just gonna talk about stuff as it comes to my head. So the first thing I think I want to talk about is the fact that Colton and I were not trying, because a lot of people are like, whoa, like, what do you mean you weren't trying? If you were having unprotected sex, then weren't you trying? So let me break it down for you guys who don't really understand what I'm saying. So when Colton and I got married, it was 2013, and whenever we got married, or before we got married, I stopped taking my birth control probably, I would say, about 3 months before our wedding, because I always heard the longer you were on birth control, the harder it was to actually have kids and conceive. And I'm not sure how true that is, but just in case it was true, I wanted to go ahead and get off of my birth control because I didn't want to have any side effects from being on it too long or anything like that. So I went ahead and stopped taking my birth control about 3 months before our wedding date. And since we got married up until today, or not today, but up until I got pregnant, then what we were using for birth control was the pull-out method. And when I tell you Colton's pull-out game was strong, I mean, it was like all the way strong, 100. And I know you're probably like, well, it wasn't too strong if y'all got pregnant. Well, literally, the day we got pregnant was like one of the very few times that we actually did not pull out. That's why I know the exact day that it happened, because literally I can count on one hand how many times we have not used the pull-out method and still have some fingers left over. So when I tell you it only takes one time, then I literally mean it. Like, I know people tell kids that all the time, like, don't have sex, it only takes one time. It literally only takes one time. And I never thought that out of the few times that we actually did have full, like, unprotected sperm going up in me sex, that I would get pregnant, because we've only done that very few times. I just was not expecting it. That's why I was so like, whoa, I cannot believe this, because literally one time. It only takes one time. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about how I've been feeling since I actually found out up until today. So when I found out, I think I was like 6 weeks and 2 days, and my period had been late. The week before that, we actually had went to the beach, and I took like all of the goods, you know, everything that Mother Nature, you know, requires, because I have that app that's called Clue, and it literally keeps up with my periods like no other. And like I told you guys in the vlog, I've always had like normal periods, like clockwork, 28-day periods. They have always been like that my entire life. I've never had late periods, never skipped months or anything like that. So when I was late, I was just kind of like, like, I'm not really exactly sure what's going on here, which you guys know that I had been working out and doing different stuff like that. So I figured maybe that had something to do with it. I wasn't exactly sure. But when we were at the beach, I noticed that I was so tired. I was still working out when we were at the beach, like, and I was working out pretty strenuous, but I noticed I was just like getting tired so quick. Like when I worked out when we were down at the beach, it's like I would have to take a nap whenever I got home, and I didn't really think too much about it. I just thought that I was exhausted. And funny story, when we were at the beach, I had the weirdest dream ever, and I even told Colton about it. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but Colton has this big gaudy tattoo across his stomach that says Pearson, which is our last name. And I had a dream that I had a baby, a huge baby. Like the baby was about 20 pounds, and when the baby came out, it had Pearson across its stomach, and I was traumatized. Like I could not believe it. I was like, no! And I remember telling him about that dream, and I just thought it was so strange, which I've had some of the strangest dreams since I've been pregnant. So yeah, I was really tired that week at the beach, which then I probably was about 5 weeks pregnant and I didn't know it. And I was wanting cereal a lot, which was really strange because cereal wasn't anything that had been in my normal like eating routine or anything like that, because I'd pretty much been having like protein shakes and like I was on this big health kick. So cereal was strange, but I was eating like Raisin Bran. That was the cereal of choice. But so yeah, when we got home, I decided to take a pregnancy test because I was feeling just tired and not like myself. Like I would work out and I would be exhausted, and plus my period was late, so I went ahead and I took the pregnancy test. It seems like once I took that pregnancy test, you guys, which that was like week 6, I was just feeling horrible that entire week. Week 6 and like half of week 7 was probably like the worst. It was the worst ever. I remember being like, who would want to be pregnant if they felt like this? So I had a constant headache, and I was never a person to have headaches, so that was really strange for me. I would go to bed with a headache and I would wake up with a headache. I had a pain in my lower back that just felt like somebody was like almost stabbing me in the back per se, and it was a constant pain. I remember one point in time it was so bad that I was in tears, like literally. Let's see, what else was something. Oh, I was constipated. I remember being so constipated whenever I first found out, which was like week 6 and week 7. And then I also had cramping. See, that's why I thought that I was going to start my period, because I was having cramping that felt like period cramps, but they weren't period cramps. They were like, I guess, cramps from my uterus expanding and growing. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I was having cramping. I personally didn't experience, and I haven't experienced any bleeding or spotting. So yeah, I did want to let you guys know, because a lot of people say that they experienced that, but I haven't personally, which I know one thing that's really funny now, I always check my underwear whenever I go to the bathroom now. Like, okay, like let me make sure that there's nothing going on down there, and I'm like checking the toilet. I don't know, I guess it's just a part of being pregnant. Like you want to make sure that everything is going good down there. So yeah, pretty much week 6 and 7, they were just pretty horrible for me. I was nauseous. I vomited, and I have vomited. I wouldn't say a lot, but probably more than most, because a lot of the videos that I'd watch, people would say that they felt nauseous, but they never really vomited. Well, I was feeling nauseous, and I would actually vomit whenever I felt nauseous. And I actually had to take the gummy prenatals, because they were the only thing that I could keep down. I couldn't swallow like those big horse pills. So yeah, my doctor said it was fine for me to take the gummies, but now I'm actually taking like one that I ordered offline, and it is a really big pill. But I think I'm gonna also get some more of the gummies for when I'm feeling a little bit more more nauseous in the morning, because although I am in my second trimester now, there has been a few mornings that I've just woke up and not wanted